Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chilluminati podcast, a very special episode live from LA. I am, of course, one of your hosts, Mike Martin, but today joined by, I would say, one of my best friends in LA, but I'm in LA with you.
In LA.
We're here.
We're actually
Alex
here.
And Jesse.
Hey, Jesse, what's up? Welcome.
Hey.
Yay. Hey. Actually,
I don't believe in aliens. So he's here.
Yeah, wow.
Whoa.
No, we are live. We are in Los Angeles. It is Los Angeles month. It feels good to be in Los Angeles. The weather is not fucking horrible today. We got a lot of surprises in store for you guys. We got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, we're live in the studio. We're trying this out. We're going to have live callers. And just to give you guys a little instruction before we get started today, if you're listening live on air, Jesse will be here in just a minute.
Yeah, Jesse's on the way.
Yeah.
He flew in from PAX West, and he's like coming from airport to here.
He interviewed Yoshi P yesterday at PAX and is now back.
Yeah.
He's been in transit. He's going to arrive in Los Angeles by sitting in that chair.
Yep.
So he'll be here shortly. It's very LA of him to book a gig like this. But how is the chat doing? It's pretty good. I'm glad to see you guys. I love that people have shown up. It feels really good. Thank you for joining us live in the Chilluminati studios.
Yes,
it's really nice in here. We've got some guests for you today. We've got some announcements for you today. And we're only about halfway through or so LA month. This is not the finale by any means. So it's pretty exciting.
I feel like LA month never ends.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's like, for me, I'm always in LA.
I know.
If you think about it. But it's great. We'll hopefully be talking to some of you guys. At the top of these episodes, I've been sort of like, taking a second to do some announcements about LA month. As you know, LA month is just about honoring LA. It's a creepy, weird city. We've got all kinds of crazy surprises and stuff. But it's going to be fun. This month, we have been working really hard. We're trying to launch a new product. And what we wanted to do with this product is, and maybe you guys have noticed that we've been working with our house artist Studio Electro now a lot closer with our branding. You guys can see that cool stuff. There's right there. Where? Taped on the window in front of us there.
Oh yeah, right.
You can see some art of hers and all the beautiful branding, and it's really cool. We've been a lot more artist forward this year, and as part of that, we also wanted to give them a way to support themselves. So Mel, first of all, Studio Electro, if you like her shit, you can go on Instagram or follow the link in this video or in the show notes if you're listening to this after the fact, and you can check it out. She has a version of the Rat Fink where I'm the Rat Fink and I have big ass titties.
Yeah, of course you do. You should.
It's part of the LA. It's part of the whole LA thing. If you guys want to,
I personally approved that drawing last night in your bathroom.
All of the money goes right to her. It's just to support her, so you can go buy a shirt with that cool design on it. And we are launching a new product line called the Chilluminati Office of Stamps and Stickers. And what that's all about is getting an artist, featuring their art on giant stickers that are top secret based on episode of their choice. And I'm working directly with the artists and kind of, going back and forth and trying to do something that really showcases them, shows off our stuff. And we're splitting the money with the artist half on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not like, whoa, thank you for your art. Now we'll make money off of it.
Yeah, so that's all going to be in the Yeti store. The artist, I said I was going to announce who the artist is. It's Dory's Doodles.
Yeah, we met Dory's Doodles a while back at a video game convention. Was it here in LA?
It was either here or it was in Indianapolis.
It might have been Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a great artist. You can check out Dory's Doodles on Instagram. That's one of the greatest parts about doing the show is we find how many more people are more talented than us and showcase them.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. And it's great stuff. It's going to go live for everyone on the 1st.
Yep.
But if you are on patreon.com/ChilluminatiPod, you will get a little sometime in the next, before that, you will get a little link early so you guys can buy it as well. And like I said the last couple times, Mathas has gone in, and now there's the main tier is just a $15 tier. No more weird, slightly incrementally more expensive things. Forget about that.
6 tiers of options.
Yeah.
You get the $5 ad-free tier straight up, and if you want any of the extras, Rotten Popcorn, video episodes, all that stuff, it's all in the $15 tier right there. You get all the people who were part of the $15 tier and weren't part of the $20 tier now have like 10 Rotten Popcorns they can listen to. Absolutely, just like a ton of stuff to go check out.
So that's amazing. I think our boy has just arrived at the studio, which is awesome. We have some amazing guests today, you guys. Frickin' Let's Get Haunted is back today. That's a great guest that we're going to see in just a minute. Spooky Foodie is here. We've never had her on before, but she's like an LA legend. Ladies and gentlemen,
this camera on?
Yeah. Don't knock that. Yeah, but
shove it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Cox has arrived at the Chilluminati HQ.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hi everyone.
Hey, we are here live. I was just telling them, sit right here.
This is so funny that I get the absolute trash.
You don't get the trash.
Headphones. Look at these headphones.
They're better. They're great. They're great headphones.
There are colors on that leather that should not exist on.
Look at this chair.
Isn't this your equipment? Replace it.
This isn't mine. This is Mari's, and he probably listens to porn while he watches.
Alex said that you would particularly want the pink headphones, so I gave you the pink headphones.
Yeah.
I have numerous headphones.
Ask your employee, Alex.
Yeah.
Alex is barely an employee.
Hilarious.
Lives here on the weekend.
Okay.
I feel betrayed.
So we are here. We are out here. We're like I've just been telling everybody, we got great guests today. Our stickers are going live. Patreon.com/ChilluminatiPod.
Are we in a 3-person window?
Yeah. So let's. We're inside a recording studio at Chilluminati headquarters, man.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this is Chilluminati Studios, dude.
So like I said, call on in. We're going to take a call right now. We're going to take one from Tink Tink.
Get those sexy headphones
so
on.
Let's call Tink Tink into the chat right now. They want to talk about a dream that they've had. Tink Tink, are you live? Can you hear us? Are you with us?
Tink Tink.
Oh wow, hang on.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
Wait, so you guys hear stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you don't hear a voice?
I don't hear anything.
You are on the Chilluminati podcast. Can you not hear them?
Hang on.
No, I can hear you guys.
Hey, now I hear you.
Alex, I do not hear them.
You don't hear them?
Yeah, you gave it to them, and now I don't have them.
Is it? I don't know why these headphones are so finicky, but it should be good. Tink Tink, I want to hear about your dream. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Oh man, I've been meaning to share this for like years now, but let me just organize my thoughts here.
No worries.
Jesse's.
Okay, so it's kind of like in 2 parts. The first was like a video game, and like intrinsically I knew that I wasn't myself, that I was like a buff white dude named Barack Obama who was really good at killing zombies.
We love that.
They could be a book review.
Yeah.
Like that.
And like I was looking at some zombie through this like containment thing. He was like staring at me through a porthole, and it was like this giant monkey thing.
Okay.
And there's like this facility voice that's telling me, oh, this guy's named Mia Moser.
Mia Moser.
And he's a zombie.
Okay.
And I know, because I'm really good at killing zombies, that this guy's going to break out. So I like turn around, I go through some vent, and I like slide down it, and there's already an outbreak in the lab. People are zombies. And then I don't remember what happens next, but like there's kind of like a cut to the second part, and it's like a movie at this point.
Yeah.
You're not really
straight up.
Really the viewer. You're like a camera now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and I swear to God, it was like Letterbox or something. Like, they had the black bars at the bottom of the top of the screen. I think that's letterboxing.
Yeah. That's letterboxing.
Yeah. Okay. Thank God.
So you.
Oh man. Okay. So this
apocalypse.
Yeah, basically, the scientist dude is like running around a lab, and I think he's trying to get like a cure together.
Okay.
And again, the same facility voice is overhead, and it's saying like, "Hey, Mia Moser's gonna be here in like 5 seconds."
you think that's what like Nintendo's like when their games are almost done and Miyamoto's on his way?
Yeah, Miyamoser. He's like
that's what he is. His angry.
He has a metal skeleton inside his body. Yeah,
Miyamoser.
No, he's just like a giant zombie monkey.
You love to see it. So let's talk about this. We have a lot of different imagery here.
Jesse, you're the dream interpreter.
Oh, I got nothing.
Yeah,
it sounds like you ate.
Wait, it's not done. It's not done.
We're still going. Okay,
okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm still going. Yeah, sorry.
No.
Yeah, so Miyamoto like bursts out into the lab from under the ground, and like, dude, like a deer goes flying across the screen, and a gorilla runs by. I don't know why.
It's like a Dreamcast spin-off of a Resident Evil franchise, like Code Veronica, like Code Moser.
Code Miyamoto. It's great. And the camera like pans over to the entrance of the lab, and it's like this big baboon wearing kind of like the armor that Winston has in Overwatch. And he's got like a war hammer, and he's like, Miyamoto, you've got to stop. But he doesn't know that Miyamoto's like a zombie. So Miyamoto like punches him, and he goes flying. And it's another jump cut to this aerial shot, like
jump cut to an aerial.
And there's a bridge. So yeah. And Big Baboon flies through like two pillars, and the bridge falls on top of him. So I guess he like dies or something. And then it pans over. Yeah, exactly. And like this hole opens in the ground, like a door hole, like a circular hole, whatever. And a rocket ship flies out, and the camera keeps zooming out until it comes out of an old-timey TV set, and it pans into my body sitting on the couch, and to like the right of me, my grandma is sitting on the couch, and she stands up and begins to clap and says, "That was a good show." Oh shit, my monitor. That's it.
I mean,
that's it.
Other worries about your monitor.
Was your monitor part of the dream? Did your
No, it went to sleep because I wasn't doing anything.
Incredible.
I was just talking.
Okay, so we have zombie, we have containment facility, we have
so much for the story, by the way.
Yeah, there's some action sequences. We go to a camera at some point. We have the bridge collapsing on Miyamoto, right? And we also
it was Big Baboon.
Oh yeah, the big baboon, the monkey, the big giant monkey.
Yes.
You get punched out, and then the monkey chase sequence, and then the bridge falls on the monkey. And then
Big Baboon is punched out, and the bridge falls on top of him.
I see.
Okay. And Jesse's dream interpretation is pizza before dinner.
Yeah, very Man of Steel. Very Man of Steel. I feel like maybe because you're not in the dream yourself really that much, like you're just kind of viewing it.
Right.
I feel like maybe everything that's happening is kind of like pieces of who you are, you know? Like I feel like you're getting a lot of I'm inside. There's like a lot of like repressed rage and like animalistic energy. Okay. I feel like maybe the big baboon is up there. I feel like maybe the big baboon is a part of you that's heightened and wants to get out. And maybe your body is telling you, you know, maybe Miyamoto, or, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just telling you like, you need to lock that down. You need to punch it into a bridge.
I'm enjoying watching you like really work on trying to figure out what this means.
And then maybe at the end, because you go back to your grandma, maybe that's how your family, you know, maybe you'll become the next leader of your family. You know, like the matriarch passes on, and now that you've mastered your emotions, right? You're now the.
What you got from that was that?
Yeah, I think you just played a lot of Metal Gear Solid and like Hideo Kojima games, and that was just too much.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. I think that's what it is. I think it feels pretty good to me. Sure,
I'll say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. That sounds exactly like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Something to think on. Tink, thank you so much for your call. We're going to take one more call right now from Austin Gould, who is going to be talking about the Men in Black. Austin, how are you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you. Good. You're on live at Just One Coast.
Welcome to the Chilluminati LA Month College Show. So talk to us about the Men in Black. How's it going?
Please tell me about your Men in Black.
Oh, it's great. Sorry, I was a little behind on the stream, but it was great to talk to you guys. I've been listening since episode 1, so it's super cool. But
Thank you for listening. That's awesome.
yeah. So the Men in Black story is from a couple years back when I lived in Illinois. I live out in the PNW now. But what happened was I was going to house sit for like a close relative of mine, and someone was at the house a little before me, just like, watched it before I got there, and they were taking a bath. And the way that house was set up is that like there was like a small window you could look out and you could see the front door, and they were taking a bath, and all of it's like a guy in a black pickup truck rolled up, and he got out and he was wearing a black suit and he was bald. And I didn't get like a
great question, but do you seem tall?
They said he was just like average height. I also know that they're supposed to be like pale, but I like didn't get that at the time. But he was like violently trying to get in the house. He was like banging on the door, screaming to be let in. He was like just like repeatedly banging on the door. And the person who was in the tub is like a no nonsense person, so they would usually handle that themselves, but they were so scared they didn't get out of the tub, and they stayed there for like an hour after the guy left. And then they were like, can we get more people in the house so we can like get this taken care of, like just so someone's here.
Yeah.
And everyone who lived in the house was like, I have no idea who that could have been. I've been like, there's no one that matches that description that we know of, like that would be coming to the door, that would be in that kind of truck. And so, yeah, it was just like one of those things where like a guy in a black suit was trying to get into a house for some reason. And no one knows who it could have been or why. And then the funny part of the story, and I'll preface this that like this is all real, like, and it did happen, but me and my wife were staying at the house, and my wife was spooked because of just like the level of violence that the person was trying to get in. And I was like, it's all right. I was taking a shower, and she came and got me, and she was like, someone's trying to get in the garage door.
Oh, God.
And I was like, what? And it was the same day, and I was like, what? And so I get out of the shower, and I just like put my shorts on, and I'm like looking at the garage door, and I can see the door handle move, like it's like jiggling.
Yeah. Oh, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, holy crap.
And it was scared. And I was like, I'm like up on the Jesse side of things, where I'm like, there's got to be a logical explanation for most things. And so I was sitting there in the hallway with my wife behind me, and I was like, there has to be a logical explanation for this. I was like, on the off chance there isn't, I'll have 911 pulled up on your phone. I'm going to go open the garage door and see what's in there.
Yeah, dude. That's what Jesse would do, I feel like.
And so I had to pull a 911.
No?
I would accept my death. Bald man in suit shows up at my house?
Yeah, no barcode on the back of the neck, but he's got like no lips.
We don't have that information.
He wants sugar water.
We don't have that information. He could dress up like a mascot. Come pick me out. Mascot.
But then my question is, why would somebody want you dead, Jesse? What do you know?
Why would someone want our caller dead?
Very good question. Well, that's my next question. Did you ever see anything? Did any weird sightings in the sky precede this visit?
It's like I grew up in like cornfield.usa, and so it was just like there. I used to work on the airport too, and so like we had like a lot of those sightings, but like there's also military bases all around, and so it's like it's tough to be able to like know what's what. But I went when the garage door thing was happening. I went and I opened it, and we had just like left our cat in the garage, and she was like trying to get in. But like you just get so scared when like something weird happens that your brain just starts playing tricks on you. And we never found out who that guy was or like what he wanted.
Never came back. Never happened again, huh?
No, we never. There was nothing. There was like no follow up. The best we got is that like we thought it was like somebody like got the wrong address. Like we really couldn't figure anything out.
That's like a classic Men in Black. The only thing missing from that story, from like a classic Men in Black story, is an interaction where they're weirdly almost human. They kind of like talk to you normally, but their lips are like kind of missing, and they have no eyebrows, and they like have dry mouth and stuff, which is always kind of strange. This just sounds like some dude trying to break into your house.
I mean, to be honest, I hope it was the Men in Black. Because if a door lock can stop them, I'm feeling pretty confident in my safety.
yeah. If the door lock can stop a Men in Black.
If the Men in Black are like, you know what?
Locks, dude.
It's locked.
Well, remember, the Betty and Barney Hill abduction, they were fascinated with Betty Zipper. They were like, whoa. They didn't know what to do with it. So
I think at
maybe.
the time, they would learn, all right, things open and close. Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
The Men in Black might be creations of the government,
or they might not be real at all.
Oh,
That's also very true. Very also possible.
yeah.
Guys, I just want to address this because I feel like I'm crazy. Jesse, his mic is not dead. He has levels.
It's registering
They're
on
going
Discord.
into this thing. I can see that he's talking. I don't know why you can't hear him, but
Can you?
I guarantee that when this,
Hello, Mudda.
there's only one.
Hello, Fada.
Yeah, he's in.
I want to turn that off, but it's recording because that's what happened last time.
You can't change it while it's
No,
recording?
not while we're live.
That is so dumb.
You can like pause
I
it,
don't know
but
what's
yeah.
happening.
Yeah, I don't know what that's
So
about.
it might be cutting, like Riverside might be cutting him,
Yeah.
which is what they're listening from.
Yeah. So I apologize for that. I don't know what to do about it. I don't think I can bring the stream down, right?
I mean, you can bring it back up if you want, but it's just up to you.
Will that work? Is it worth it?
Yeah, I got my mind. I'm struggling to come up with solutions as
Yeah.
to why I'm wearing the worst pair of headphones.
Because it matches your entire
It's not
outfit.
using this, right?
It matches your entire outfit
The
perfectly.
top of this is going to stain this hat. That's how gross it is. It is gross. Like, gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
All right. So you want me to bring down the entire stream?
This is what we're doing, right? This is what we're
Okay.
doing.
Bye.
Thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's episode. Hey, you know what? You might have heard of HelloFresh. I don't know. I maybe have talked about it on the show almost as much as I've talked about aliens, but not quite. What they are, if you don't know, are they send chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients to your home. But this summer, they made their biggest menu upgrade yet. This isn't the HelloFresh you remember. Bigger, better, scarier, and how much healthier it is. HelloFresh has doubled its menu. Now you can choose from 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. Dig into bigger portions that'll keep everyone satisfied. And they're healthier. Feel great with an even healthier menu filled with high protein and veggie packed recipes. HelloFresh now helps you eat greener with new veggie packed recipes that have 2 or more veggies. You know you need those greens, baby. And, don't worry, they got tastier too. Get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week at no extra cost. There's 3 times more seafood on the menu now at no extra cost, so discover new seasonal produce each week, from snap peas to stone fruit to corn on the cob and so much more. I've been using HelloFresh for over 3 years now, and listen, if you haven't checked it out yet, you really should. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/chill10fm right now to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on the first box. New subscribers only and varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/chill10fm to get 10 free meals and a free item for life. Thank you again to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's episode.
Guys, let's just get to it. Let's get to it. Get it?
Holy shit.
We have brought to you a group of another show out there in the wilderness, right? And they're another show that does mysteries and hauntings and all kinds of cool stuff. We've had them on the show before. We talked about the ice walls. Then they taught me that I was like a closeted Disney adult, which I had no idea.
That's a lie.
The fact that you thought you were a closeted Disney adult is what's crazy to me.
Full-on Disney adult.
I don't know what to tell you. I just
Spend time there.
yeah, I just know. I just
know everything
absorbed
about
it. I don't know. Like, it's like when I was 12, I don't know why I bought a bunch of books about the Titanic, but I did.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But that makes you a Titanic kid, not a Disney adult.
Right.
Exactly.
He tried to trick us.
And he did try.
Yeah. I shouldn't have
He
brought
tried to trick himself, I think, is really what the thing. He doesn't want to be one.
Yeah. I shouldn't have brought the stream down. My prayer was answered. Okay, well, I guess it's working. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get haunted. Welcome to the damn show, guys.
Hey, thanks so much for having us on.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
We're really stoked to be here. Can you hear us?
Well, 100% we can hear you.
Hey, I'm in. I figured it out.
Welcome.
Yes.
We're super stoked.
So this is Allie and Nat. If you don't know, they have a great podcast that's, similar sphere to us. But it's been a minute. It's been a minute since you guys have been on. So I thought it would be nice to ask, what's been going on with you guys? What kind of, have you guys had anything crazy happen to you guys since we've last spoken in this, what is it, like a year or so, we said?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I actually have something crazy that happened to me right before I joined this stream, if I can share.
Please.
Please.
Yeah, okay. So I've been really sick lately. I've had like some sort of sinus thing or whatever. So I kind of like went to sleep for several days, and then I woke up today, and it was like my first day to get out of the house or whatever. And I see that there's like an estate sale going on somewhere in the vicinity. I don't know where it is. I just see all these signs that's like estate sale this way, and like all these cars parked, for miles, and I'm like, this is insane. What is this? I've never been to an estate sale, so I'm like, what is this going to be? I'm just going to go, whatever. I have my kid with me, and I'm like, hey, let's go to this thing. He's like, I don't want to go, and I'm like, well, maybe if there's a toy, you can get it. Let's go. And he's like, okay, fine. So we park the car. We like trudge up. We go to this house. It's set back in the woods. I've never seen this house before, and there are just like moving vans. Like people are taking stuff out of this house. And I go in the house and I'm looking around, and it is so creepy because this is like a situation where whoever lived there like passed away or something. I don't know, because it was like all their stuff was there, and I'm going through their clothes in their closet, and it's like all of these like designer shoes from like the 80s and stuff that are like falling apart, and I'm just getting super haunted vibes. And then I go into this one room, and it's like for a child, but it's like all these books from the 80s, like whatever child was there was like a child in the 80s and then like left that room and never went back. And I find this one room that's like all these old books, like antique books, like we're talking like really, really old, like encyclopedias from like 50 years ago and stuff. And me being someone who wants my house to look like legit as hell, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get these books because they're only like $4 for this vintage book. And if you were to go on like the resale market and try to buy these like vintage books, like first edition, whatever, they would be hundreds of dollars. So I'm like, right now everything's 50% off, and it's $4 per each book. So I bought like literally like 100 books, and they're fucking sick ones. Like one of them was like a Soviet, it was like photos from like Soviet Russia, and like beautiful like coffee table book with like all these really crazy photos of like Cold War era, like space, whatever. And so I get all these books, but then I'm putting them back into my house today, and I just get like a really weird vibe all of a sudden. I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh my God, like, what if these books are haunted?
That'd be awesome if they were.
Like their energy was already, because you already said it's like maybe they don't even have family because nobody took anything, right? Like it was like everything they ever owned, right?
Yeah, everything. I mean, like every single thing they ever owned. And I know those books should not be the books that I got should not be $2 each, Like
right.
I paid.
Yeah, exactly.
I underpaid for these things, and like, what if the spirits, I don't know, what if the spirits are like, fuck you in your library from Pinterest? Like, those were our books, you know what I mean?
100%.
I thought you were going to say that. What if the ghosts get really mad that we only paid $2 for these
Vengeful.
books?
We could have got $50 for that Russia book. What the hell?
Capitalism carries on into death.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my story. Maybe I'm gonna burn a candle or something to get rid of it. But I was just wondering if anyone thinks I messed up by bringing these haunted books into my house.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of intentionally haunting yourself for the plot.
Especially
so
when it's
I'm
your
very
job.
excited.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
one time for Mathas's birthday, we bought him a doll, like a haunted doll that we taped his mouth shut. And
You taped it shut?
No,
it came shut.
No, it did. The person on eBay was like, it speaks, so we covered its mouth, and
That's
like
the only way to stop it.
It's like the soul of like some murderer that like cut the brakes and killed.
It's the soul of a World War I vet who's very upset, and he cuts people's brakes when they drive, as long as he's in the car, but not if you keep tape over his mouth. What? That's what you bought me.
So wait a minute. The implication here is that the spirit would connect to the physical object.
Yeah.
So in this case, be it the books or be it a doll with its mouth taped shut, having the body soul of a World War I.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
Imagine being a World War I vet and getting your soul sold on eBay for $30 some odd.
Yeah, like that is it. If I was stuck in a doll and sold on eBay, I'd be pissed. But if I was a ghost associated with books, and my books were passed from a reader who clearly no longer read me to someone who may read me,
That's kind of good.
wouldn't I be
that's kinda good.
ghost?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be happy about that.
That's a good spin.
That feels kind of good to me.
What do
yeah.
you want to be when you die? What object do you want to be attached to?
Great question.
Fleshlight.
Fleshlight?
No, only one.
Not what I expected.
Yeah.
Do you think a fleshlight could be haunted?
Oh.
And who do you think would be the one haunting it? If it's a fleshlight modeled after someone famous, would that famous person haunt it, or would it be the owner?
That's a
Like
burden.
the last guy to use it.
That's a burden they didn't think
Sticking
about.
his dong in there.
Yeah, it's got to be some tragic
Now-
story.
Wait, the last guy to use it implies that multiple guys are using it.
Yeah, it's like Blockbuster Video, Fleshlight.
Yeah. Haunted eBay flashlight.
Haunted eBay flashlight,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like-
Well, speaking of haunted eBay, I started doing this thing this year for our show where I buy haunted objects off of eBay and then unbox them, and in the attempt to get haunted. I'm really trying to get haunted. I
I'm
have
with you,
never
man.
seen
I'm
a
so-
ghost,
God.
which is low-key embarrassing because I have a haunted show. So I'm really trying this year to do everything I can to hopefully see a ghost. And I just recently bought this dollhouse, and it has the worst vibes ever. I had to drive 2 hours to pick it up. I guess eBay has a setting where instead of them shipping it to you, you go to pick it up, but I did not know that. So I bought it, dropped $80 on this haunted dollhouse, and then the guy was like, "So when are you going to get it?" And he lived 2.5 hours from me. I had to take a bunch of toll roads. I don't know why. I just should have canceled the order, but I went and got it, and it is literally the worst vibes, and I'm very excited.
David Lynchian vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so creepy. It's like falling apart. I guess it's from the 1970s. He said his aunt owned it and that he couldn't donate it because donating it doesn't get the ghost out of your house. You have to sell it. That's what he said. It has to be a transaction in order for the ghost to transfer to the next owner.
That's a good movie script. Yeah, that's a good movie
is
script
so many
idea.
rules?
Capitalist ghosts.
Yeah, the ghosts are capitalists.
Too
Like,
many.
you can't just like, why do they care about the sale? Like, they're super obsessed with that.
It kind of validated capitalism for me though, because then I was thinking about it and I'm like, oh, so if you just donate something or give it away, or you live in a society like a bartering society, maybe you just stay haunted forever. Whereas at least we have the option to sell something to an idiot like me for $80 and make them drive 2.5 hours to get it.
Oh, shit.
And then now you're not haunted anymore.
Wait, is that why Burning Man is haunted? Because they don't have capitalism there? It's like just bartering?
Is Burning Man known to be haunted?
I think so.
The thing about Burning Man is, like, if anybody's crossing over into the ghost realm, it's the fucking Burning Man people, right? Like, they're probably just like tripping on LSD and acid and like walking into the ghost realm.
I've never been.
On accident, they're just like, wow, this is awesome. Look at all these installations.
But
this
all
is
I'm
so
saying
cool.
is, if I fucking die and I find out that I have to get a job and that there's like corporations in Ghost World, I'm gonna alive myself.
I'm gonna alive myself. I'm reincarnating.
I'm gonna give birth to myself.
Good God.
We've got some other hauntings if you guys want. We had actually prepared 2 super short sleep paralysis stories for you guys.
Please.
And it kind of seems to go along with the theme of your callers so far, or at least the first one, because the first one was about a dream. And some people think that sleep paralysis is just your dreams bleeding into your waking moments. So maybe this is a good opportunity to share these, because like I said, I've never seen a ghost. It's embarrassing. I want to see one so bad, and I think that's why they won't appear to me. It's like when you're single and you really want to be with someone, but everyone can smell the desperation on you. I think that's what's going on. I'm desperate to be haunted,
I wouldn't know what that's
and so they
like.
won't do it. But the one time I saw something kind of creepy, I had woken up from a deep slumber, but I was definitely awake. I was not paralyzed or frozen. I was moving around, but I looked into the corner of my bedroom and I saw this giant floating eye. And it wasn't an eye like a human eye. It was almost like a drawing of an eye made with
Like Sauron?
black ink. What was that?
Like Sauron? Like a giant evil eye?
Great guess. So later I looked it up. I was Googling all of these different eye drawings, and it looks exactly like the eye of Horus.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
And it was just floating in the corner of my room, and I was looking at it, and I'm laying there in bed, and I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? You know, like, there's nothing to do. You can't call 911 on a sleep paralysis demon.
That's a huge sleep paralysis. Usually it's like a dude with a mustache in the corner, like that I can't quite see. But the eye of Horus is like,
I mean,
the devil himself is in your bedroom while you're sleeping. That's
I
crazy.
don't know. That's the Eye of Horus. You could have been a like, I don't know, god queen.
Yeah, maybe
Oh, yeah.
Years ago.
Maybe it's
yeah,
like
maybe. Hey, that would be great.
Yeah,
that would be wonderful if I
that's
learned
some
that.
divinity. Is what that is. That's not horror. That's like I've been chosen.
beauty.
I wish. In the moment, I was just like, there's nothing I can do. And so I stared at it for a little bit, and it was bobbing up and down in the corner of my bedroom, just bobbing up and down. And then I flipped over and I went back to sleep because I was like, well, if it's something dangerous, it can get me no matter what.
Oh my God.
I can't really call the police. There's nothing to do. So I just went back to bed.
You're very cool-headed.
That's my sleep
That's an
paralysis
extremely
story.
calm reaction.
Very
to that.
cool-headed. Usually I'm like, I'm getting, somebody's touching me.
That Eye of Horus was super embarrassed after that. It was like, yeah, I bounced around. I tried everything I could. She just literally rolled over and went to sleep, y'all. I lost it.
manifested with arms, dude. I swear. I never scare anyone.
That's fucking funny.
That house was hella haunted though, and my neighbor's house ended up burning down a couple of nights after that. So then I was sort of wondering, could it be like the Eye of Horus was warning me about this impending fire? The neighbor's car spontaneously combusted. They never figured out what happened to it. It just all of a sudden went up in flames. I actually
Holy
have pictures of
shit.
it. We talked about it on our show, and it lit their garage on fire first. And I was laying in bed. So this was a few nights after the Eye of Horus incident. And I'm staring at my backyard through the window, and I see this orange flickering light reflecting off of one of the trees. And I was looking at it for a while, and I was like, I can't figure out what this is. Maybe my neighbor's having a bonfire or something.
Oh my God.
And then I got up and I looked out the front window, and I saw that there was a neighbor coming out of their house pointing and screaming. And so then I went outside, and their house was just in flames.
Dang.
Holy shit. How close?
2 doors down.
Oh
2
my
doors down.
God. That is crazy.
It was pretty wild. So I don't know if those two things are related or if it was just a very haunted, bad vibes neighborhood.
He just fucked up and he was like, you're going to pay for this. Where did she live? I don't exactly remember. Somewhere around
One eye.
somewhere around here. I don't have depth perception.
I don't have depth perception.
No.
Oh my God, what if he was trying to appear to the neighbor and just
he missed. He
fucked
got the
up
address
royally?
wrong.
Your house is about to burn
Yes.
down.
He's like accidentally
Wake
being like
up.
a weird pervert watching you sleep. He's like, this is the wrong house. How do I get out of here? That's why he was bobbing
Holy
up and down. He was trying
Oh my
to leave,
God.
but he couldn't figure out how.
Right.
He was trying to do like Cosmic Map Quest, where you put in the date that you want to appear somewhere instead of the location, or instead of just the location, and just missed it by a couple days and by 2 houses.
Outrageous.
And then Nat has a really good,
Yeah.
really good sleep
hit me.
paralysis.
I have a couple. Which one should I share? Should I share the one from
The
the
scariest.
horse thing,
Yeah, the
where
spookiest.
the old
the
person,
Florida one,
or the
Florida
Beverly Hills
motel.
one? Okay.
All of those sound.
Whoa. I'm already ruling this out as being real haunting because it's Florida, and I assume it was a real person doing whatever this was.
That's how it feels in LA
Okay.
too.
So, basically what happened is I was going to Florida for like this horse thing, and I was driving there from Atlanta. So it was like a 9-hour drive or something. And I was super, like pent up on Celsius, like energy drink, just fucking driving my truck. I'm like, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to just piss in a can and keep going. Like, I just needed to get there.
okay.
And,
That's when you needed
I
some
just had
Jolt
tunnel
energy
vision.
gum to come back.
Tunnel vision.
Amazing.
So I get to the hotel and I'm staying in, what was it, like a La Quinta or like a fair?
Yeah,
no,
like
it was a
Super 8.
Fairfield. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like just not a haunted, cool, like a vibey vintage hotel. Like it was like a
Youth
corporate
soccer team hotel. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Youth soccer team hotel. So I get there that night and I'm laying in the bed and it's, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11 p.m. All the lights are off and it's me, my like 3-year-old at the time, I think, and my husband is on the other side. So there's like 3 people in this bed and I'm just sort of like drifting off or like trying to sleep, but I can't because I'm like super piped up on these like Celsius. And all of a sudden I see someone standing right to my right side. Like it's like someone is standing there and I look over and I'm like expecting them I'm expecting something to happen. Like, okay, like, is this just a vision I'm having? Because how did this person get into the room? And I'm looking at them. And as I'm looking at them, like, I'm realizing that, like, no, this is not like a shadow. This is like an actual person. And it looked like, have you ever seen the movie Blow?
Yeah.
With Johnny Depp? You know, at the
100%.
end when they show like the real dude, like the real blow guy's face, and he's like all like fucked up, and he, is like really blow. It literally looked like that. Like, it looked like someone who was like super bloated, and they were like a corpse like, but like their face was like all, I don't know. And they were there, and I'm looking at them, and as I'm looking at them, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my God, is this a ghost? Am I seeing a ghost right now? And as soon as I had that thought, the thing looked at me, and it was like nodding its head, yes, like you are seeing a ghost, with its little finger, like doing this like little weird pointer finger, like, yeah, you're seeing a ghost. And so I scream like, ah, like that. And
oh my God.
My husband looks at me and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Because we just got our 3-year-old to go to sleep, and the 3-year-old's like in between us. And so I know it was happening like IRL, right? Because like if it was a dream and I screamed in the dream,
You really did
he
scream,
wouldn't have heard me. Yeah, no, I really screamed. This was like something that was happening. I don't know if it was like an overlay, like if you put a PNG on your life, like I don't know if it was like an overlay onto my life, or if I was like dreaming, but whatever happened was actually physically happening. Because my husband
were conscious when you screamed.
Yes. Yeah.
So at the worst it was sleep paralysis, but at the best you were at Burning Man, walking between the realms, and maybe you stepped on some kind of needle in Florida that went into your foot and gave you a psychedelic dream.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, do you get ghosts at a Fairfield Inn? Like, do you get ghosts at like, Chase Bank?
Yes. 100%.
That's what people always ask.
That's what Jasper.
That's hell. Like, people who don't die in Florida but are bad people get sent to Florida as ghosts.
People always say like, why don't ghosts wear like modern clothes and stuff like that?
I think Florida.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know. I mean, like, where's the ghost of the Fairfield Inn? I mean, I don't know. But maybe if there was one, it would be in Florida. Not trying to dog on Florida, just they got a different
Seems
energy.
like you are. Seems like you guys are trying to dog on Florida.
No, I am for sure.
He can dog on Florida as much as I'm just saying it's got a chaotic energy. Mm-hmm. Let's put it that way. It's got a chaotic energy, that entire state.
Banks are a kind
of hell.
Correct.
I love that. All right. Well, do you guys want to stick around for a little while and take a couple calls with us?
Yeah. Let's
I feel like that could be cool. We have one call right now from Arturo, who saw La Llorona.
Did you guys know they made a movie about La Llorona?
A movie about La Llorona.
He saw the movie or the real she ghost?
Arturo saw the real La Llorona.
It's the real ghost.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Arturo. Come on in and tell us about your. Can you hear us? How you doing?
Arturo, are you there?
I can hear some.
Probably a delay.
Little audio.
I'm here.
Hello.
We got him.
Hey.
How's it going?
Welcome. Thank you for coming on the show.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, love that. Tell us about La Llorona.
So, I was about 8 or 9 years old, and we did a holiday trip for Christmas out to Mexico. My cousins that lived out there, they lived in this sketchy farm that just out in the middle of nowhere in Mexico. And they tell me, like, hey, let's go play hide and seek. So I go play hide and seek, and I'm it. And I'm counting, and I go out after counting to whatever number, and I start looking for them. And as I go down, there's like this canyon, like in 127 hours.
Okay.
And I start going through there. And when you go through there, there's a river. And I start looking around because there's, dead trees and everything. And I'm thinking, oh, they're going to be hiding there. And it's getting kind of dark. And I'm just looking around and I'm trying to find them. And I see on the other side of the river, and it's kind of shallow. It'll go like the water goes up to your ankles. And I think it's my sister because she was wearing a white shirt that day.
Oh, no.
And I'm just like, hey, like, what are you doing over there? And that person's, pretty far away, just standing there. And I'm just like, is this my sister or is this somebody else? And she starts getting closer, walking towards me. And I keep talking to her like, hey, like, what are you doing? Why are you on that side? Like,
How'd you get over there?
our parents are
Stop
going to
being
get
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, like, cut it out. And she starts walking towards me, but like kind of slow. So I turn around and I'm looking around like, are they messing with me or something? Like, because I was the youngest there. Mm-hmm. So I turn around. She's closer to me. She's like maybe like 120 yards away, or like a football field, like length away.
Yeah,
and
pretty far. Yeah.
Yeah, so she starts getting closer and closer, and from there, I get freaked out because then I start hearing like that, like siren yelling. Like she starts going like "Ay, mis hijos."
Oh my gosh!
What does that mean?
She was crying?
She's like, "Oh, my children." Yeah,
No, I'm out.
Oh my God.
Oh, bye-bye.
so as I hear that bellowing scream, I literally just like I feel cold. I feel the chill down my spine, and I'm panicking in fear.
Oh.
So like I run out of there. I go into the canyon. Like I'm hoping for my life not to be drowned.
Yeah.
And as I get back, my sister, my cousins, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing? Why did you go over there?" They're all hiding over there. There was like a rundown barn. They all hid over there and left me to go over there. And I told them like, "Hey, who the hell was over there?" And they're like, nobody was over there. And I'm like, somebody was over there because they were yelling pretty damn hard. And they're like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Yeah, they were saying, ay, mis hijos." And it was just like echoing like through the canyon where the river is. And they're like, "We need to go back, like right now."
Holy crow.
And yeah.
I would know. Well, if I was a kid.
Wow.
Wait, go back home or go back to where the ghost...
Go back to the farm. Like we were pretty far out, and we had to like run back because it was like a rundown dairy farm. Like the barn was broken. Like there were just like 2 or 3 corrals that had like 4 or 10 cows. It was.
I'd be out. If I was a kid, I'd run. If I was an adult, maybe she'd take care of me.
What?
She wants a child to take care of, and I'm too big to drown.
You want to be the La Llorona's baby?
She'd probably be like,
What are the conversations like in your household?
Not many.
When you go home, people are like, "Hey, dude, I heard the podcast today. What is happening with you?"
That's mistake number 1, is they listen to the show. No, they've accepted me that I am a strange man.
That's beautiful.
No,
La
I-
Llorona stories are the best. They're so creepy. They get me every time.
Yeah.
I don't love like of all the hags and like scary like witch characters that are in the cryptex, I guess we want to call it.
Cryptalk is a TikTok.
Yeah, the
algorithm.
Cryptalk is that's Cryptalk is like where you do like
Hey guys,
really
Slender
bad.
Man here.
Hey guys, I got a new coin for you guys to buy.
Yeah, slender point.
No,
Anyway, I'm tired. I'll see you later, guys.
I think there's something really scary about the notion of it being like this sort of like sarcastic, "I'm looking for my children," because you know that if the La Llorona is real, she's not trying to like ask you where her kids are.
She wants to kill you.
She's trying to scare the shit out of you. But the fact that she decides to do it by saying, "Where are my children?" is like very fucked up.
Yeah, it's very, very
She
weird.
drowns you,
100%.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
she
that's-
drowns.
Yeah,
you.
she drowns you, and then she takes like your spirit with her as her own, or like as like a child.
I'm
Oh my
either
God.
way.
Yeah, absolutely nuts.
No, thank you.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Watch it.
chilling
Watch it.
story.
Yeah.
Do you think the reason why it's scary?
I've had a lot of supernatural stuff happen to me as I've gone to Mexico. Like my grandma's street as a child. I guess the street, it's called Niño Perdido. It's the Lost Child Street.
That's why would you
And-
name it that?
They're in,
Yeah.
At that point, that they're just like, you know what? Haunt the street.
Is there a
bitch. Just
street
like-
sign that says that? It says that on a
I
little.
want to say yes. It's in Jalisco, Mexico, in Guadalajara.
The Street of Lost Children.
And
That's insane.
And if you go up the hill, there, my grandma told us a story just to not be out late at night. That if you go all the way to the top of the hill, there's supposedly a witch that lives up there. And there were some nights where like we're all asleep and it's like all my cousins in one room, and we'll hear the bars on the window. They'll be rattling, like trying to pull open by force.
Oh my God.
That is so.
That's
Choose to
crazy.
pass.
Your grandma
that is
told you
nuts.
that?
Yeah, my grandmother told me that.
It's nuts.
It's just
Man.
a lot of supernatural stuff.
It always fucks me up when an old person tells me a scary story
I
because
know, because it's like,
feels-
you're supposed to
also-
tell me, no, this is all fake, right? And then
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
they're like, actually,
Yeah.
don't go to the Lost Children's Street, and at the top of the hill, there's an old witch who will take your soul. Good night. You know?
Oh, 100%. And then I also
Wow.
had an alien encounter in Mexico.
Your routing issue.
What is going on?
Okay, I need to know that. I need to know about that. I love alien stories.
I'm pretty much going off what Mathas says about like
That's
how
right.
your mind kind of like it kind of wraps around like reality, how you see aliens.
Yeah.
And it was literally Christmas Eve, like at night, like we're all going to bed, and I wake up like midnight, like 1 or 2 in the morning, or like early in the morning. I don't know why. Like when I wake up, I see a very bright light in the room, and I'm sleeping with my siblings. My parents are in the bed next to us, and there's just a giant ball of light in the room, and it's like so blinding, like I can't see. And I'm just like looking around, everybody's asleep. I'm seeing the ball of light, and I'm just like, what is this?
yo,
And at first, I thought it was like Jesus coming to bring gifts, or Santa.
That'd be the best.
And then
option.
and then from there, as like I started looking more into aliens and stuff, then like that's when I'm like, this was an encounter.
Yeah.
What color was the light?
great question.
The light was like a bright white light.
White and orange are the most common ones seen when it comes to like lights in the sky stuff.
But it was like in the middle of the room, and it was just like so blinding. Like my eyes were watering. I couldn't look
Did
directly
you have like
at
missing
it.
time or anything after that?
Yes.
How long? Do you remember?
I want to say about like an hour, because last time I checked, when I woke up, the clock said like, I don't know why, it's just like burning in my head. It said it was like 1:04, and then after like the ball of light, the clock, it went to like 3:37.
Wow. So right during the witching hour, midnight to 3 a.m. Yeah, that's crazy. We had some people on our show a few years ago that had experienced lights in their room. And I know one guy had a yellow light in his room hovering above his bed. Another person had a green light that they happened upon. They were just walking in an apartment complex, got up to the top floor, turned a corner down a hallway, and there was just a green ball of light there. And then I know there's a trope called the red light that sometimes people have seen hovering outside their window, and people think it's an alien drone that is kind of cataloging the area. So that's why I was just so curious to know what kind of light it was, because my knee-jerk reaction to a white light, I don't know why, I would just think, same as you, caller, that it would be Jesus or Santa or something, especially as a child. I thought that Santa and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy were chilling in heaven with Jesus, because how else could they possibly know if I was naughty or nice, or if I lost a tooth or not? And so that's where my mind would go.
Yeah. That's maybe it was the Eye of Horus calling to warn you that your neighbor's house is about to burn down.
Mothman
Hey.
style, like right before a disaster.
Oh, good call.
Could be.
Good call.
Well, damn, Arturo, thank you so much for that
Thank you.
great couple of stories. That's very, very it had a tinge of reality to it, I will say. Let's put it that way. It didn't sound
100%.
didn't sound wacky.
No. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
we get
glad
the
to
next
be
caller.
back
Hey.
on the show again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I've seen you guys twice live show.
Hell yeah.
So I'm happy to see you guys again.
Let's go.
Vibes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
man.
dog.
I just want to shout out Arturo one more time. That was a great call. That was like
I love those
hitting
stories.
all the boxes of paranormal phenomena.
I got chills.
That's what we want. Yeah. We're famous on our show for negging our audience, so I'm going to neg a little bit here. Don't call in if you have a bad story.
Right.
That was a great story Arturo just did. We want the bangers. We
Right.
want the banger paranormal. Once Nat and I leave the chat, you guys can call in with bad stories.
Bring the charisma. You guys
Save all the
practice
terrible
your
ones for me.
story.
Yeah.
Delivery. Come on.
Let's bring in Paralinear just for a second to talk about briefly, give us a little preview of some stuff we're going to talk about a little bit later in LA month. Paralinear, can you hear us? Are you with us?
You mentioned that you were, I guess, thinking about doing a story on Jack Parsons already. So I guess I can just give a brief description of some of the interesting stories I've heard.
Yeah.
I lived in downtown Los Angeles for many years. I worked a lot with local historical preservation out there. And my mentor had some really interesting stories that he heard about Jack Parsons' exploits. Now, for anyone not familiar with him, basically Jack Parsons was a rocket scientist in the 1930s into the 40s. He founded JPL. He invented some of the first rocket fuel that was used in World War II for different jets.
There's a picture of
They were
him
the
above
military
Jesse on
experiment
the
team.
screen right now, actually.
Oh, yeah.
If you see taped to the window of our studio above Jesse's head, you can see a picture of him.
I just thought he was pointing at me.
Me too for a second. I'm like, what?
I was pointing near you. I was pointing near you, yeah.
Yes. So he lived out in Pasadena, founded JPL there. Hence, that's why you had JPL out in Pasadena. Jet Propulsion Laboratories have gone on to do a lot of work with NASA and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what's interesting with Jack Parsons, though, is that despite being this inventor of a lot of early rocket fuel, he was not an academic. He failed out of Caltech and had horrible academic stories. And basically, he was kicked out of a boarding school in like San Diego for blowing up a toilet. Just a lot of just bad academics.
Jack
right?
Parsons is like
But-
such a classic American character. Like, like didn't get the
Yeah,
education.
Jeffrey
Fuck it, I'm
Parsons, but-
doing it anyway.
Yeah, that's the attitude that he had and probably led to a lot of the early inventions with the rocket fuel. But what's crazy is once he started getting his career going at JPL, he was also involved with Aleister Crowley, notable magician and crazy individual. A lot of stories about that guy alone out in England. And Aleister Crowley had him doing a number of interesting ritualistic activities, let's say, out in Pasadena. Now, if you guys are familiar with Colorado Street Bridge out above the Arroyo Seco Canyons in Pasadena, that is basically where this story is taking place. These are dry canyons close to where the 110 freeway, first freeway 1939, ever built in America.
Scary freeway to drive on. It's like a little racetrack, kind of.
Yeah, it's weird because when you merge, you have stop signs. So you have to yield when you're merging onto it. Dodgy freeway to drive on in the first place. But out near Colorado Street Bridge, which the bridge itself has a lot of very unfortunate deaths for reasons I shouldn't say on YouTube. But that location, full of a lot of stories in its own, was then becoming the site for Jack Parsons to conduct ritualistic activities. He was trying to conduct something that was called Babylon Working, where he wanted to bring about this summoning of the spirit of Babylon. This was something that Aleister Crowley believed in.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was weird.
Child born at some point.
Yeah. That was all part of that. You had ways to conduct this experiment with a lot of kind of weird, strange orgies that they would conduct out there. But things got really weird when L. Ron Hubbard, founder of Scientology, this was before Scientology, of course, joined the group. And at this point, Jack Parsons getting himself kicked out of the JPL. He founded it, but the FBI catches wind of his occult activities. The United States government, for obvious reasons, does not like this. There's also rumors of being connected with communism and all of that. So just generally bad for him. Parsons is kicked out, and he goes full occultist at this point.
Yeah.
And what's crazy at this point, too, is he leaves Arroyo Seco Canyon. He leaves doing these occultic rituals in the canyons, and he goes out to China Lake. And this is a location up near Edwards Air Force Base.
Yeah.
And that, of course, is the organization that runs Area 51. Even though they're in California, they're the administration base. I lived out in Lancaster, near Lancaster for many years, saw a lot of crazy aircraft and whatnot happening. Lancaster, amazing place. If you just want to see crazy stuff, you have like Lockheed Martin Skunk Works and whatnot up there. But out near California City in China Lake, you've got a small location. It is old petroglyphs. It's a little petroglyph. It's called Little Petroglyph Canyon, and at this location, this is according to my historical mentor, the place where Jack Parsons and Ron Hubbard conducted the majority of their Babylon working experiments. And they believe that because this is a site with a lot of Native American petroglyphs carved into rocks, ancient carvings, right? But then among these carvings are all sorts of strange additional carvings, some that say JP, potentially for Jack Parsons. There's another carving out there dated back to the 30s, E equals MC squared. Presumably they carved that out there. And then there's a number of other strange little symbols that they carved for their big activities. So they're out there doing this weird ritual, and, debatable if it goes to their purposes or not, but according to Jack Parsons, it does go well. And then later he goes on to, I believe, marry the person that he thinks is a reincarnation of the goddess of Babylon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
And she shows up at the door, if I remember correctly, while they're there. She kind of shows up at their front door, like needing a place to stay.
Yes,
that's got to be apocryphal. That sounds so crazy.
No, but it's true.
Yeah,
it's what's. Yeah, well, one day we'll talk about.
Yeah,
yeah.
We literally are going to do Parsons like in a couple weeks.
Crowley, a huge dive into him.
Yeah, very soon. Yeah,
there's some excellent books that cover that one.
Yeah,
another good one is Reign of Quantity. That's a great book that covers some of the Crowley stuff. But in regards, though, to like what then ends up happening with Parsons is that Ron Hubbard, he defrauds him for a bunch of money. He ends up leaving, goes and founds Scientology. That becomes a whole story branching off in of itself. But then with Parsons, like they have a big falling out. And then Parsons, he ends up in the 50s dying in his home in Pasadena. He's only 37, and he dies in an accidental explosion in his house. And there's a lot of theory. There's theory as to why this happened. Some people think that, the prevalent opinion is that he accidentally blew himself up, just they making a mistake mixing chemicals. You shouldn't be doing rocket science in a Pasadena home.
Fair.
But other theories indicate that maybe this was the United States government. Maybe the FBI went in and assassinated him because of his connections, both with so much science and then also with the occult and potentially communists. Other theories indicate that for a while, he was working with Howard Hughes. And some people think that maybe Howard Hughes assassinated him because Jack Parsons might have been stealing plans and information and then selling them to the Israeli government. That is another theory, debatable.
I mean, another one is just like people blame Crowley too, because at the time when he died, Crowley had taken everything. He had taken his wife and left him for Crowley. He had sued Parsons in the ground, took all of his money, all kinds of shit. So he was just in a shit situation because of Crowley, which happens a lot to the people who pair up with Crowley and end up stepping away from Crowley.
Yeah, dude. We're it almost feels like chaos magic that you actually called in and talked about Parsons. He's literally a picture of him on the thing. Yeah. That is amazing. But yeah, Crowley.
But that's amazing.
Crowley, Parsons, Hubbard,
Pasadena,
Madame Blavatsky.
They wouldn't exist without each other.
It feels like we've been writing a fucking essay about something.
When we start doing this for so long, you start seeing how everything influences everything else in the weird world of the occult.
Yeah, it's freaking. LA is a bizarre city that's founded by just a bunch of people in a cult. It's nuts.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Oh, sorry. I'll just wrap this up. And just to say, I mean, everything you just said there about all these connections, I think a lot of this has to do with Pasadena. I don't know if it's just the location. You have the Huntington Library, you have Caltech.
Sure. Yeah.
Einstein works there. You had so many people in Pasadena that had done amazing things, all these historical connections. And I guess the last thing I wanted to leave you guys with is, given Jack Parsons, he did not have a scientific background. Everything he did was kind of experimental, haphazard, figuring things out. Do you think, is it possible any of this chaos magic that he was involved with helped him with his discovery of rocket fuel? Basically, he did the impossible that other scientists across the world, except maybe the Nazis with the V2 rockets, had done.
It's very crazy that he is the one that created it because of all the occult stuff. But also, there is this angle where maybe the chaos magic, if we're looking at it from a logical place, the chaos magic may have just given him the motivation and the focus, but he could have just been very intelligent, just didn't learn in a normal way, and was able to teach himself rocket fuel stuff. And then because it was the 50s, he blew himself up.
Yeah. Freaking.
But I also think it could be chaos magic.
Freaking nuts. You never know. And we are literally going to do a deep dive on Parsons in just a few weeks. So we'll be talking about him more. Paralinear, thank you so much for calling in with such an informative and researched call. Fantastic. And hopefully I talk to you again real soon.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. I love your show.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you. See you later.
That was awesome.
And Ali and Nat, also, thank you guys so much for coming on. We definitely got to do a full real episode together again real soon. Would love to go Disney vlogging. That didn't occur to me. That didn't occur to me till you said it, but I would love to do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get Disney. Get it?
Thanks for having us on, guys. This has been a lot of fun, and wow, this is also like a huge production. So congratulations on getting this done.
This is awesome.
Working.
The audio is working somewhat.
Haters.
The audio is working somewhat. Yeah. I apologize. I will say, just as a anti-brand deal, that Riverside has one of the worst live stream setups I've ever seen. Excellent for recording. Do not live stream with this program. It is not ready for prime time. But let's get haunted. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Please go to letsgethaunted.com to check them out. Go listen to their show. It's very, very good. And I can't imagine that your Venn diagram, if you're a listener of Chilluminati, does not line up with Let's Get Haunted. So go check them out, and we'll see you guys real soon. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah. Thanks, guys, and thank you to all the callers. Thanks for having us on, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
And for our next guest today, let's just roll right into it. We've got somebody who I've never had on the show before and who I organically discovered because I am personally obsessed with LA. She has been making a name for herself over the last little while, kind of getting out in the street. Literally, she called us from the streets of Hollywood earlier today. Yeah. She's out there visiting haunted restaurants, haunted locations, getting access that I only can dream of. She acts, she does all kinds of stuff online. She's got a YouTube channel, she's doing Instagram, and I think she's doing TikTok as well. Ansley, Spooky Foodie, welcome to the damn show.
What is up, y'all? I'm still in the streets of Hollywood. I don't even know where I am. I'm parked somewhere. I'm in the field.
Yeah, you're doing a report right now. So you are Spooky Foodie. Yeah, you are Spooky Foodie. I kind of gave everybody a background, but if you want to just give everybody an intro to yourself and let them know kind of what your deal is, I literally am like a fan. That's all I got to say.
Heck yeah. Thank you. I'm a fan of y'all. I love this. This is awesome. Thank you for having me. Yeah, so I'm a paranormal investigator. I am a ginormous foodie. I guess I could say I'm like ghoul fairy. I like to call myself that. I'm like the spooky version.
Incredible.
I'll take it.
God, you're so much more creative than me.
I explore haunted restaurants and bars throughout Los Angeles, and it's also just like a cool way to tap into the history of Los Angeles that I found. I found that people are really into ghost stories, and it's been a cool way to educate people around just the history in general. And so I started my page a couple years ago. I was kind of raised on this stuff. I went to film school for acting in college, and then I came out here and I was like, I want to do something else. I want to create my own shit. So can I swear on this?
100%.
Please do.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. I was like, and I was just like, what are two things I love most in this world? Well, food and ghosts. So I started it out, and it's done really well. But a little bit about my background: born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. My dad is a true crime journalist and UFO hunter. He loves UFOs. And he also
can we be best friends?
Yes, totally. My dad's also a mob historian, so when I was younger, I would go with him to crime scenes and stuff. I loved going with him places, and I saw a lot of paranormal stuff when I was a kid out in the mountains, and I got him in me for sure. I just am very passionate about this stuff my whole life, so it's been cool.
So awesome.
Is there
to do it on my own
in all the little investigation things that you've done? is there one that is like something happened and I don't know what it was?
When I was younger or now? Because I have stories about both.
I'm interested across the board. I just want to know more about
do you have a go-to one that always is like that just sticks out above all else?
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. I have one when I was younger. I'll tell you the story of the first time I saw a ghost. So my dad would take me out to this ghost town called Bonnie Springs. It's in Mount Charleston in Nevada. It's in the mountains, and there's like mines and like little ghost town houses. And a lot of people would just go there when I was a kid for the petting zoo and birthday parties. But I liked going out there with him. And one day I was walking alone in one of the mines, and at the end of the mine hallway, I was by myself, and I was around 7 years old. I see the apparition of a woman in a white dress, like standing at the end of the hallway. And I thought it was maybe like, a doll or like a mannequin. But I blink and then she's gone. Okay. But it gets better.
Oh my God.
I go again for my friend's birthday party. A few months later, I go back for the petting zoo party, but I did not go to the petting zoo. I went back to that same mine. There was something that was calling me back to whatever that was. And I go back and I see her again. I saw her a second time.
That is incredible.
Yes.
That never happens.
Never happens. And that made me believe that there is something out there. And I have many more experiences in Vegas hotels growing up, things I can't explain. But that was one thing that stuck out to me. It's probably like what started everything, like the catalyst of why I believe in the paranormal for sure.
Yeah. It's like getting struck by lightning twice almost. Like being like, is it real? And going back and being like, fuck yes, it is, bitch. Like,
it is real.
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah. So I believed in it all my life.
Fuck yeah. So you're like Mathas. Like, I feel like I'm like Tony Shalhoub from Galaxy Quest. I just am along for the ride. Jesse's basically Agent Scully, and Mathas is just absolutely obsessed. He's like a UFO guy more than a ghost guy, but he's pop. And I grew up watching like all those like the Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters. Yep. Do you have you ever been to Zach Bagans'
haunted museum?
His museum?
I have not been. I know. Really, really messed up of me. I have to go one day.
It feels like, I know like this sounds lame, but like I feel like it would be too like in the same way that like I don't go to some Irish bars near the beach. I feel like it would be like too broy for me at the Zach Bagans.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah,
I completely agree.
I don't know why I think that, but that is a hot take straight from me.
It is not a hot take. I am on the same page as you, and why I probably will never go.
vibes. Though I did hear that dude's wife tried to kill him. The cameraman.
The cameraman's wife tried to hire an assassin to kill him.
That's a whole other situation.
That's insane, bro.
Yes, it's.
Yeah. Are you down to take a couple calls with us?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking get in it. So the first call, we've got Tim, who has 2 ghost encounters from when he was young that he could share. So Tim, welcome to the show. Go ahead and unmute your microphone, my man, and you are good to go.
How's it going?
Doing fantastic.
Right.
Really happy to hear from you. Let us know. Let's hear about your ghost stories.
So yeah, I got 2 weird stories from when I was a kid. Living in my old parents' house. Both mostly visual. They're just weird things that stuck me with my whole life, and nobody else ever saw anything else in that house. No other ghost stories, so I don't know why I was the only one. The first one, I think I was probably 8 or 9, and they both happened on weirdly on like very bright, sunny, clear days, like not nighttime, not spooky time. My mom had told me, hey, your laundry is on my bed to go put away. Go grab it off. She would fold laundry on her bed and then tell us to go pick it up and put it away. And so I went upstairs and grabbed it off her bed. And, I had to walk through my sister's room to get to my room at the time. And so I come around the corner and my door's open. My bed is right behind my door. And there's a big window right behind that looking out on the neighbor's roof. And like it's a bright sunny day, no clouds in the sky, blue skies. And as I'm walking towards my room, I kind of look up, and just a suit, like a guy's suit, no person in it, just standing up suit,
like fully standing up, like there would be a person in it, but except there's not.
Yes, like blocking my door, like blocking the window, like I can see the light rays coming around the. You know how there's fuzz?
Yeah.
Like I can see the fuzz on the outline of the suit, kind of lightly glowing from the sunlight.
That's
and I like freeze, throw my clothes forward, and go take off running.
That's
and I'm like, Mom, what's this? Somebody in my room, Because at the time, I guess I wasn't looking really at it, but like looking back, I'm like, there was nobody in the suit. It was just like standing up clothes, like a gray business suit.
Weird.
Of course, by the time I get back there, there's nothing there. But the weird part of that story was
died and got stuck haunting his fucking work outfit.
Yeah, that's a cartoon. That's a cartoon.
I mean,
he ran away and his clothes were still sitting there.
The weirdest thing about the whole thing was like I remember throwing my clothes like haphazardly at the thing, right? And when I got back to my mom, come look. The clothing was stacked perfectly back on my bed, like just sitting there as if I just shut down.
Stop.
That's
never anything like that ever again in the house. Nobody had ever seen anything else. I got teased. My siblings were like, "Hey, so weird ghosts." The other story is this one just blows my mind because I don't even know what it would have been. Like, maybe there's a guy, a weird ghost showed up one, he was passing through. This one was weird. I remember coming down the stairs, again, Sunday or Saturday afternoon, beautiful day, and I hear like what sounds like a jet engine flying overhead, but real close, real loud.
Yeah.
And as I am coming down the stairs, you can kind of see the window at the bottom of the stairs looks out over the where the driveway would be between two houses. And as I glance up at this window, I can see like the fuselage of the body of like a World War II bomber.
What the
fuck? Like falling down, but the position where it would be in, like the wings would be in the houses. There's no way it could be there. Like there's no way.
Right. But you saw it.
Even if it's like what's that?
But you saw it nevertheless.
Yeah, I saw it. It was in sync with the sound, like this, that kind of like that. And it's this green, it's like that green, kind of camouflagey body paint with the shark mouth on the front.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Like an A10, yeah.
I can see that visually as clear as day through the window. And at the same time, seeming like there's no way it could be there because again, the wings would have been in our houses. And I go run around the corner in the kitchen. I'm like, look at the window. What is that? My mom looks. There's nothing there. And I'm here, like waiting for an explosion. Like I'm thinking this thing's gonna crash right in our backyard. Nothing.
Just nothing.
And I mean, those are the two things. Again, both kind of visually, just stuck with me forever. I'm like, those are weird. Weird events.
You might be the only person haunted by straight objects without any people in them. A suit, not a man. A plane. Have you ever seen that in your food ghost hunts? Spooky. Have you ever came across like a pair of pants that have just been running around by itself?
I've come across like a shadow man, but nothing with like just clothes. And I was just going to say too, that happened during the day. And I feel like that's one of the biggest misconceptions about paranormal stuff is that it can only happen at night. Like it can happen at any time of the day. Like you could be in broad daylight and something can happen. So that's cool that you talked about that too. Wow.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
If you've ever been in like a school or like a library or like any place that you like, or like a venue when you show up like early before a show, like it's usually like 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. at that time. And it's like when you're walking around and you don't know where anything is, and it starts to feel very haunted house like even in the daytime. I don't think that the light is the thing. I think it's just the vibes. I think the vibes are what make you freaked out. And according to the chat, phantom bombers actually are a thing, especially in the UK. And I feel like maybe, and I don't know exactly where you are, Tim, where you were when you saw this, but
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep, middle of St. Louis, Missouri, in the county.
So maybe because I know the UK, parts of the UK have been bombed in the past, but America hasn't really been bombed as much. But maybe there's some sort of like trauma. Some sort of maybe you were near somebody, maybe you were channeling a poltergeist energy that established as a memory of a bomber coming down. But I don't know. That's just me completely going into woo-woo land.
I love those. Like those are the ones that kind of fit the fun haunting theory that like ghosts aren't like really dead things, but like a weird like thin veil between in space time itself, and we're like you're overlapping and seeing something from the past that's like actively happening in the past at that time. Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Pretty cool.
Thanks, Tim.
So
yeah,
cool.
thank you so much for those two stories. That's really cool. And we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see you around, Tim.
That was awesome.
See you later.
Yep, later.
Yeah. Up next, we have Ari, who has a story for us about a imaginary friend that may have been a ghost in the end. So let's see what's.
Do you think all the clowns in your haunted room at your parents' house were actually just dead family friends transposed as to clown ghosts into your haunted mom's room? I don't know why that's the question that came into my mind.
That's like the opposite of the glass menagerie.
You remember you telling me about didn't there like clown pictures in like your mom's or like your old house? In the old house, in there a room with like pictures?
No. There's always in some aunt's house. There's always like.
I thought you told.
Quiet
Parents
dolls.
would never collect clown photos.
No, I thought it was like a weird room with like weird photos that were super creepy in your old family home.
In my parents' old house, again, it was built on a Native American burial ground that then had a Civil War burial ground put on top of it. That was also a current day cemetery.
But you saw nothing.
To a plantation that was no longer used, and they lived in this sort of like community that was there. And they had this weird room that had yellow wallpaper and paintings that looked like they were 200 years old. And I said, if there was ever a room that would be haunted, it would be that room. There was nothing, which is why I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all right. I don't know why I thought they were clowns.
Absolutely nuts.
Ari, sorry.
Ari, welcome to the call.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
So I heard you have a story about an imaginary friend. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I always say it's my dinner story, you know, like if I were ever to be asked, like, do you have a ghost story? This is mine.
Yes.
Love it.
Whenever I was younger, well, there was a lot of ghost things happening kind of when I was younger, but the one that kind of stuck with me forever was when I was little, I had an imaginary friend. And like to the point where we have it on home video of like her and I playing together. Her name was Crystal. I knew exactly what she looked like. I could describe her to my parents, you know. And
do you still remember her?
So
now?
I'm on the home. Yeah, I do.
That's crazy.
I had journaled about her a lot, like growing up, because that's how vivid this imaginary friend was. Like I could see her. I could play with her. Like we have, like I said, on the home videos, I'm in there like talking to her, and we're having full-blown conversations and arguments, and like we're singing songs together, you know, but it's just me. And then I would remember, like, whenever I would be in my room, I would remember toys, like, you know, maybe moving on their own. Who knows? Like at that point, you're young,
How
so I'm
young
sure
are
it
we
was just my
talking? Like,
imagination.
what age are you around this time?
It started, so the home videos, I was about 4 or 5.
Really young.
Yeah, really, really young. And then it kind of, like I said, it went into my, like, I was probably about 12 the last time I had an encounter, let's just say. Mm-hmm. So all growing up, you know, whatever, have this imaginary friend. I knew her name. I knew what she looked like, whatever. And then when I was about 12, we were living in a house in Colorado that I swear was like the most haunted house I'd ever been in. Even like my mom and my sister had shit go down in there. It was just really scary. And I woke up one morning, like it was very, very early in the morning. I woke up and my bedroom was adjoined to the bathroom. So, you know, I went in there, had to go to the bathroom. I get up, I go in there, and then I flipped on the light, and the whole back wall of the bathroom was like a mirror that went across the whole wall. And when I flipped on the light, in the mirror standing next to me, I saw this girl who looked exactly like me. She was maybe a little...
No, not a mimic. I'm out.
I like, it took me a second because, you know, like my fight or flight, I think, is broken. I just freeze and I just like take in the information.
No, that's
so I was
freeze, man. Freeze is your body's like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut down.
Yeah, I do. I like when something happens, I just kind of shut down and I like, you know, take in all the information, and then I decide to run usually. But so I flip on the light, and you know, it's this girl standing next to me, and she's in like older style clothing. It's not like current, you know, this was like 20, maybe 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. And she's in like a little bit older style clothing and like a little white dress. but looked exactly like me. I had very long hair that was like down to my hips, you know, so she had the same very long hair, and she was holding some little flowers. But I thought for a minute like it was me, you know, it was like a mind fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was me for a minute.
Like realized it wasn't a reflection after a second. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Right. And my sister, I have a younger sister, and she looks exactly like me too. So for a second I'm like, oh, she's in here fucking with me. Like,
yeah, you know?
Yeah. So I'm looking at this person in the mirror. I realize that it's not a person, and I look next to me. Like, I stop looking in the mirror and I look next to me, and there's obviously nothing there. And I freak the fuck out. Like, I decide that I don't have to pee anymore. I run back to my room. I get under the covers, and I just, you know, bunk.
We lost you. Ari, are you there?
Did we lose Ari?
Just for a second.
God, the ghost came and got her.
We got no reception from Ari. Is she back?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, man. This is like the ultimate cliffhanger.
That's
Ari,
like
I'm on hold. I'm gonna hold for like 30 more seconds for you to jump back in here and finish the story. But oh my
this
god,
haunting tease.
we're so close. But seriously, that is a really creepy.
Getting edged via haunting.
Yeah,
story.
that is a really creepy, like sort of like cinematic reveal. Oh, we got you.
Am I back?
I hear
You're
you.
back.
Okay.
Crystal clear.
I don't know what happened. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. So anyways, fast forward, I'm about 16, 17, somewhere in there. It's like right before I graduate high school, and we're visiting some family friends, you know, and like it was one of those stories that like had gotten forgotten about, you know, like, you know, we just moved on, like things kind of didn't happen anymore after we moved out of that house. So we're telling this story, we're laughing about it. I'm like, yes, I'm, you know, 10 toes down. I'm like, her name was Crystal. Like, she was my little best friend. I think that was her that I saw, you know, in the mirror, and like, because she looked just like me and whatever. And then it gets real quiet, and my parents are kind of looking at each other, and then they kind of look at me and they're like, holy shit. Like, it kind of dawned on them. They're like, holy shit, they never told us, but they're like, we completely forgot that like my dad, he was adopted by his maternal grandma when he was very young. His birth mom had given birth to 2 twin girls, you know, a few years before him, maybe 5 or 6 years before him. And they died shortly after birth. And one of them's name was Crystal.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God.
That's not like
and it never dawned on them until that point. I'm sorry.
I said, that's not even a super common name. Like, Crystal's not even a common name that you would hear like used all the time.
Yeah, it was really scary. And I was like, oh my God.
I love that thing. There's so many stories out there, and a lot of videos too of like, especially like 4, 5, 6-year-olds who are just like interacting and talking to something that isn't there. Sometimes they know things they shouldn't know, or they say names they're not supposed to. There's no reason for them to know. And those are the ones where I'm like, well, maybe there is like something going on here.
There's got to be something to it, I think.
That's creepy. I love that.
Straight mess.
That's so scary.
That's straight mess. That is my favorite constructed ghost story of the day. I appreciate that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I love that.
Thank
We had
you.
a similar. We had a similar like dinner with my family one time where we all realized that we'd been seeing the same ghost for like 30 years over generations, and it just like blew up everything. I just love. You should talk to the moral of the story is you should talk to your family about shit.
Let him tell you the moral of your story.
Right.
I mean, just in general, the moral of the story is for the listener, you should talk to your family about shit, because you never know what little details are going to come back and smack you in the butt real quick with some crazy coincidence.
That's awesome.
Love that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling. I think we lost Spooky Foodie at some point during the call, but again,
she's in the middle of the street.
Her car broke down in Hollywood, so I'm sure if she's back, she's back. If not, she's not. We were very happy to have her on. But thank you so much, Ari, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Yeah, thank you.
And
thank you guys.
Yeah, 100%. And we got one more caller we're going to try to do today. Just give Big Boss one more chance to jump in. So, Big Boss, if you're ready, jump on in.
Don't disappoint us, Big Boss.
You got it. Stay in the chat. Unmute your microphone. Let's do it.
One. Yay! I see it.
Do we have you?
Oh, heck yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, awesome. I am so stoked to be here. I will say, first thing, I'm a Mathas out of the group.
I'll take that.
It's so rare that we exist. Thank you, friend.
Hey, we do exist out there.
We do exist, God damn it.
We do exist, and my sister is a Alex, by the way. I introduced you to her, so
She sounds
I can't
cool.
hear this call at all. So
it's pretty cool. But I guess I'll just get into it. Sorry for the technical issues. I was kind of a dum-dum.
No, it's okay.
But do you guys want to hear about some aliens?
Do it.
Please.
Yeah, give us the story.
Okay. So, my dad was in the military for about 16 years, and in 1909 Kosovo, he sends me this message. As I asked him about it, I was curious, and I have a lot of supernatural stories, but this one, I'd say, is the weirdest out of all of them and has a lot of substance. So, lights outside Argentina, CNN was following us around, government shows up, CNN sent away, nothing to see.
Oh.
So I call him up and I ask him more. I'm like, okay, so I wrote down a whole page of notes. So they were in Kosovo. It was nighttime. They were doing night patrols. They go to a LPOP, which is a listening post, observation post. And I guess they were on top of this building kind of doing overwatch. And the best way I could describe it is there were some gunshots. He said one of the sergeants was doing something stupid. He was shooting bullets into the air, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So he looks into the sky, and the best way he explained it to me was that he seen a string of lights. When he was talking to me, he's like, clouds, that he could see them through clouds. And I kind of talked to him about it a little bit more. And what he meant is he could see this string of lights through what the best way he could describe it was clouds.
Okay.
He said they weren't clouds, though. They were, he said, substance, like liquid. The closest thing he could say was clouds.
It sounds like what I'm imagining in my head is like a cell, like a mitochondria.
Yeah, like a cell.
Yeah.
He said it was like a force field, but it looked more like a substance.
Okay.
And he kind of stopped for a moment and told me the lights colors were like looking into black and seeing all of the colors at once.
Oh, that's trippy. That's
like,
trippy.
Like something out of the color out of space.
I literally was just going to say that. That's so funny.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
So he said they moved because he said they moved like a cat toy really slowly, like a string in a snake pattern in kind of a wave.
Yeah.
And I asked him, hey, how long did they stay? And he said not for very long. They just disappeared. The other thing that I was talking about with the CNN was, I guess there was a news team there. So this guy's got in trouble for some nudies printed on like their Humvee. And he said after he's seen those lights, though, when CNN was told to leave, he didn't say this in the phone call, but I remember from the story before, should have asked him about it, but he said some people came up and they said, hey, what you've seen tonight, don't ever talk about it again.
Oh, man.
Don't tell anyone, and that's kind of that.
And now here we are on the Chilluminati podcast talking about it live in front of 300 people.
I told him, I said, hey, can I talk about this? This is the coolest thing that you've ever told me. He goes, I don't even know how you remembered that. And it's just stuck with me. And he just murmured it one time, and I had to call him up and ask.
That's like a common story for those in the military who, especially not like may not be like the highest ranking or whatever. It's like they see something weird, and then within 24 hours, other people come in and they're like, "Hey, you saw nothing. You don't say shit. Move on." And like that's it. And most people just do exactly that. They just go, okay, and then like they don't say anything, because what else are they going to do? They got their job to worry about, all this other stuff. What are you going to go against your superiors in the army and risk your job? Like, no, of course not. But that's so common. Could have been something of ours, like, or tech that we were playing with, but I don't know. I'm not.
I don't feel like we have. I don't feel like we have that tech.
I don't know, liquid cell
mitochondria space jelly. I don't know about that.
That's awesome. I love that shit.
Big Boss, I really appreciate your work that you've been doing with Militaries Without Borders. I thank you for coming into the call and talking to us today. V has come too. We love you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
I did want to say you guys are a huge inspiration, and I've been listening to you guys since episode 1.
Hell yes.
After Just Around the Corner.
Oh, wow.
Yo.
That's a vampire poll. That's the vampire poll.
And I watched every single episode of the Vampire Podcast.
Thank you, dude.
And
that's awesome.
When it ended last year, I cried my eyes out because it's super important to me.
I hope you're watching the new one.
I'll be posting. Yep, I'm on the new episode right now. So
yes, dude. Thank you.
I'll be posting some stories in the Reddit about old town Wendigos and stuff that some of my friends have seen.
As we all should.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
we all should.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Guys, that is it. We have made it.
We did.
We have made it through one live broadcast
problem,
relatively unscathed.
You, it was minor. I spent 25 minutes listening to whispers.
I don't know.
I don't know how to help you right now. I was like, be polite and not just be like, guys, I can't hear nothing.
I don't know what happened.
Somewhere outing issue.
Canasti. Somebody on the this Discord put it very perfectly that you always burn your first pancake, but the proof is in the pudding. We have a good little setup here that we can do now from time to time. If you guys like this, hopefully
fire some employees.
Yeah, hopefully
daring to give me the bad headphones.
Hopefully the final export sounds a little better than this, but we'll be back with a cleaner version of this very soon for sure. Happy LA month. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for being patient. No smoking after 7 p.m. LA month. What do those post-it notes mean? That's really interesting. What's that one in the corner all about? Who knows? Have a great day. We love you, and thank you for listening. And Mathas, take us out of here.
Okay, that's it. Appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate you. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good trip.
Put the
See you next fall. Bye.
Anyway, me and my wife were sitting outside indulging on our porch one night, enjoying ourselves. I needed to go to the bathroom, so I stepped back inside, and after a few moments, I hear my wife go, "Holy shit, get out here." So I quickly dash back outside, and she's looking up at the sky in awe. I look up too, and there's a perfect line of dozen lights traveling across the sky.